If you guys are looking to buy any FIFA 19 Ultimate Team coins, go and check out U7Buy. You can use my discount code JACK54 for 5% off. They're incredibly cheap and reliable place. Link below in the description. What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. We have got something a little bit different, and it's a series that I kind of just thought up when I was filming my retro foot draft yesterday. And it is a series that I'm going to be calling either FIFA Then and Now or FIFA What Were They Like. So please let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like the series to be preferred to be called, and I will obviously get a thumbnail sorted and everything. But yeah, basically the concept of this is to look back at teams that I've built in FIFA 11, FIFA 10 maybe, FIFA 12, FIFA 13, FIFA 14, FIFA 15, maybe even up to FIFA 16, and then compare the teams and the players to what they are like now and what teams they're playing for. So it'll be pretty interesting. A lot of these players as well, if you're quite new to the game, not new to the game, but have only played Ultimate Team for the past 4 years or so, you're probably going to be quite surprised at some of the cards that are in the game, some of their ratings, some of the different card types as well, the different card designs. So it might be quite cool for a lot of you to look back on, and obviously a lot of players have kind of changed actual positions that they play. Like they might be centre back and now they're like a centre mid. They might have been a left mid, now they're a striker. So it's going to be pretty cool. But this was like the birth of my channel back in FIFA 12, and this is when things just started to go a little bit crazy for me, and I started to get a lot more views and everything. So I thought it would be a great time to kind of look back on that and also compare with the current state of affairs on FIFA and see how well they've improved or how badly they've aged in terms of rating and etc, etc. So yeah, we're going to be starting off first of all with this team. It is a 4-5-1 hybrid. It's a Serie A, La Liga and Ligue 1 Argentinian hybrid kind of thing. Fairly strange, but yeah, it's a pretty cool team if you ask me. In fact, I think it's actually, what is it? Serie A, La Liga, Argentina hybrid. It is. So basically back then, it wasn't all about 3 leagues. This was like the birth of the hybrid kind of hybridism, I guess you could say. So there wasn't like guaranteed hybrids. Like it was more like just 2 teams stuck together, maybe with a different rating, with another nation as well. And this is what I came up with, and it was a pretty sick team. As if you guys remember back in the day, there's the likes of Cambiasso there. There's Lamela, Lopez at left mid. He used to be an amazing player for Lyon, and obviously you could use him with like Michel Bastos and stuff like that. A lot of these you probably won't know. So for example, the goalkeeper is Carrizo. He was just a Serie A Argentinian goalkeeper. He's actually still on the game, which is quite cool. Paletta, who isn't on the game unfortunately. I'm pretty sure he was quite old at that age anyway. I think he was like 33, 34 at that current time. So I doubt he's still playing now. The left back was Clemente Rodriguez, who is still on the game. He's gone down a little bit in the ratings. But we're going to be comparing this very, very shortly. But first of all, I'd like to ask you guys, is there any players here that you're fairly surprised about? Like obviously Lamela, there's that Cam Silver card. I'm not going to lie, he was up there with one of the best players on the game. Him and El Shaarawy, however you want to pronounce it. They were incredible, like absolutely insane. And yeah, they used to be so OP, and I kind of do miss them days where, you know, cards were like, you could buy like a silver rated card and it had like, there was obviously no price ranges or whatever, and these cards would probably cost like 50 to 60 to sometimes even 100k for them. And yeah, they would be like the top tier players that you could purchase, and they would just be amazing. Like these silver cards would be genuinely insane. And obviously Lamela there did actually have 5-star skill moves as well. So yeah, he was a very, very good player and very usable as well. And one that I'm sure a lot of you probably did use if you were around playing FIFA at that time. You've obviously got Arturo Vidal there, and it's probably a bit of a surprise to see him playing at Cam. Yes, he genuinely was played at Cam a little bit more during that time. And then you've obviously got Alexis Sanchez, right midfield card for Barcelona. That is a team of the season card as well. And he actually had 5-star skills back then. That was when Sanchez was in his peak. He was absolutely insane. He also used to play for Napoli. I don't know if you guys remember. But yeah, he was absolutely class as well. And yeah, just a sick player in general. Obviously, Dani Alves and Mascherano there. They're not really any surprises at all. Obviously, Mascherano has now played probably a little bit further forward for his club in China. You've got Dani Alves there, 86 rated. That card used to be absolutely insane. And actually fairly affordable as well for a right back. And obviously, you can see the striker there, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I mean, he needs no introduction, does he? When he was at Milan, that card was absolutely insane. And yeah, he was just a joy to play with. Like, 94 rated, in a good league. It was absolutely perfect. I really do wish Zlatan played in, like, a top league again. I know MLS is improving its kind of, well, its level. Year on year, like more players are going over there at an earlier time, but it's just nothing compared to, you know, the likes of the top 5 leagues, the top 4 leagues in Europe. So yeah, that is the first team that we're going to be comparing, and that is the first base of just yeah, just the first little sighting of the team that I built. It was a FIFA 12 Ultimate Team hybrid, of course. It did get full chem. And yeah, man, this is just a bit of a throwback. It's quite nice to look back, especially at the end of like a FIFA, just to kind of reflect and look back on what you kind of done. Well, this is 7 years ago now. This is coming up to 7 years, or yeah, I think it's over 7 years ago. So it's pretty interesting. But anyway, we're going to now dive in and build this team on FIFA 19. So we're going to compare what this team was. So. Well, compare the ratings. So Carrizo, let's whack him in, and we should be able to find him. I'm pretty sure it's Juan Pablo Carrizo. So there we go. He is now playing. I believe that's in the Mexican league. Yeah, it is for Monterrey. And he's a silver rare, 72 rated. I believe actually his normal card was probably a similar rating to that. Usually, what they've done, they upgraded them quite a bit. Back in the day, and I'm not too sure, but I could be wrong. I think that guy might have been, yeah, might have been a silver as well back then, but it's the same guy, Carrizo. As you can see, he is, well, he's kind of fairly old now. He's 35, so it does make sense. And yeah, he's not amazing. I don't think anybody would use him, but it's nice to compare, isn't it? Paletta, there's no player there, so we're going to leave that blank, and we're going to move on to the right centre-back slot. That's going to be Javier Mascherano, ladies and gentlemen. And this lad obviously now has a Scream card. He is playing for, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but he's playing in the Chinese league. You guys know that. And yeah, I mean, I suppose his best days are kind of gone. During this time, maybe it was his peak. It was when he'd been at Barca, I believe, for about a season since his move from Liverpool and obviously previously West Ham. So yeah, this was kind of at the peak of his powers, to be honest. He can still do a fantastic job. Let's not get that wrong. He's still a great player, but he's definitely past what he once was, I suppose you could say. And yeah, still an absolute class player. But looking back, 80 rated now. He has got a Scream card, so he does have 99 physical and 99 pace. But yeah, his best days are behind him. We're now going to move on to the left back spot, and we'll just go ahead and put in this lad, Clemente Rodri. Who I think now is actually a 79 rated card. I might be able to find him now. Clemente Rodriguez, there we are. We have found him. So looks fairly similar, doesn't he? He's playing in the same league as well. He did used to play for Boca Juniors, I think that is. Am I wrong? Am I wrong looking at that badge from the previous card? It's definitely one of the top teams in Argentina. I can't. Excuse me if it's wrong. I do apologise. But yeah, 5'6", 68 rated, silver common card. I don't think many people will be using him, but it's nice to look back on, isn't it? Then we're going to go and look at the right back spot, and obviously it is going to be Dani Alves, ladies and gentlemen. And let's just go ahead and find him quickly. There we go. He does obviously have a flashback card this year, and this is at the peak of his powers, of course. I mean, honestly, that 86 rated card on FIFA 12 was absolutely insane. Like, I probably wouldn't have changed it for anything. I actually think it probably would be better than this 90 rated card now. Can't say it actually because I haven't used him, but that 86 rated card was absolutely disgusting, and one that was kind of a staple in most people's teams, to be honest. A lot of people used to build like full Brazilian teams because it was just such sick players. Neymar was a striker playing in the Liga de Brazil. You had the likes of all the Brasilvers. So yeah, it was a good time for Brazilians on this game. But anyway, we're going to move now into not the centre mid, because obviously the centre mid is actually not in the game anymore. But that was Cambiasso. He did actually have a stint. Was it at Swansea? He had a stint in the Prem. I'm trying to think who it was for. Leicester. Sorry, it was at Leicester, not Swansea. And yeah, he didn't do amazing there, but he was obviously once again past it. But yeah, this card was absolutely insane. 85 rated. He was good. He was insane on FIFA for a good couple of seasons. He'd done an amazing long shot, an absolute cannon of a strike, and yeah, a very, very good card in that. So we're now going to move into the left midfield spot, and this lad actually has a team of the season card still. He's playing in the Argentinian league. Is it? Hold on. I'm trying to think. Is it an S or is it a Z? Let me see. I'll probably be able to find out. I'm pretty sure it's Lisandro Lopez. Could be completely wrong, but it is. Yes, it is Lisandro Lopez. So this guy obviously used to play for Lyon. There's a couple of other clubs that he used to play for as well. He looks fairly similar, just like, well, an older version of him, I suppose. He just hasn't changed his hair or even his beard in the slightest. But yeah, what a player. He's still got an insane card. 90 pace, 90 shooting, 84 passing, 88 dribbling, 85 physical. I actually want to use this card, actually. It's a bit of a throwback, to be fair. Yeah, a very, very, very good card. It's nice to see him still getting them high-rated special cards as well. It's very nice to see. So we're now going to move on to the right-hand side, and we're going to go ahead and put in Alexis Sanchez. And yeah, this is a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because I bet if you looked back then, you'd be saying, how on earth has Alexis Sanchez become the player that he has? He's just nothing now, isn't he? It's pretty sad to see. He was so good, especially for even Arsenal, to be honest. But his peak days were definitely at Barcelona. It has to be said. And yeah, I'm surprised United aren't going to offload him. I know there was talk of them offloading him and paying for him to leave the club because obviously his wage demands are just so high. But it looks as though he's going to be staying unless a big club from China are going to come and swoop him. But I'm not too convinced. But anyway, yeah, now playing for Man United, has been at Arsenal since Barcelona as well, and you never know where he might end up this year. Let us know in the comment section below. Ow, I just smashed my wrist. But yeah, it'll be pretty interesting this summer to see. Anyway, we'll move into the right cam, and let's go ahead and get Arturo Vidal. And here's obviously a CDM card, well, a centre mid card in his flashback. But yeah, like I said, people actually used him a little bit further forward. He had very, very, very good shooting. He was kind of like the box-to-box midfielder that you'd expect him to be on FIFA. But yeah, look at this flashback card, 89 rated. I mean, it's absolutely class, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of you guys have got it. But obviously now playing for Barcelona as well. And yeah, not at Juve anymore. Obviously, he'd played at Bayern Munich as well since then. So Vidal's been around the block. I'm surprised he hasn't really come to the Prem, although I don't really know if the Prem would suit him. I think, yeah, Italy, La Liga, and Germany are kind of his playing styles, I guess you could say. Liga 1's probably a bit too slow for him. Prem's probably a bit too quick, I'd say. He's a professional footballer at the end of the day, and a very, very good one at that. So he could probably adjust anywhere, but given time. But yeah, I just feel like them three leagues are probably where he's probably at his peak, especially. So yeah, nice to see. Obviously, this is a flashback card. The ratings are fairly similar, I suppose, for his just default cards. I think this card was probably actually an 82. I could be completely wrong, but that's just a wild guess. But anyway, we're now going to move into the left cam. And the left cam is going to be Lamela, of course. So let's have a look and see what he is like now. And of course, he is playing for Spurs. Never really expected that, to be honest. But yeah, obviously used to play for Roma. Has he fulfilled his potential? No. It's very, very obvious to see. He's definitely not fulfilled his potential. He's scored a few goals for Spurs, but nothing too amazing. But yeah, doesn't have 5-star skill moves anymore. Bit annoying. He only has 4. But yeah, I mean, I'd much prefer to have that silver card. That was honestly insane. Such an amazing card. And one that I really, really wish EA would bring back onto the game. It'd be nice to see them do kind of like throwback cards. Like, I know how they do. It's kind of like footies, isn't it? But it would be nice to actually bring back like 74 rated Roma Lamella and like a 73 rated Cam Silva El Shaarawy. It'd just be insane. It'd be so good. And even like an Ibra for Milan, although I don't know whether they could get the rights for it or something like that. I reckon there's some sort of like legal business, which means you can't associate them with the club that they're not with anymore. So that's a little bit annoying, but I guess we'll have to deal with it, and that's in the past now. But anyway, we're going to move on to the final player, and that is going to be the best is saved till last. Is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I mean, there's not many better players in the world that have ever graced the game than Ibrahimovic. He's been in the headlines a few times this week, obviously for his comments made in the MLS saying he didn't come to the MLS to be compared to Carlos Vela, which I think is fair enough, to be honest. He is the greatest player to ever play in the MLS. It's as simple as that. And yeah, I mean, the cards are pretty similar. That just is a great testament to how highly rated and how good and how high level Zlatan's been playing at for the past, 8 years or so, maybe a decade now. Like, he is absolutely insane how he's managed to keep it up, and he's still scoring disgustingly amazing goals. So yeah, I'm sure if I could see the stats on the card, they'd be pretty similar. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the first episode of Then and Now, or What Were They Like, or Where Are They Now? Sorry, got that confused. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I really do hope you have. I think it's just quite cool to reflect and look back on the cards that have been throughout FIFA, and it's just, I think it's a nice little video to do. Let me know in the comment section below. I've got so many more hybrids that I built from FIFA 11 to FIFA 14 to FIFA 15 that we can go back and reflect on that have significant changes in, and it's just cool. Like, for example, I was looking at a team earlier. There's Suarez for Liverpool, there's Verratti for PSG, but he's a 74 rated silver card. That's a world away from what he's like now. There's Balotelli as a 73 rated Cam. Yeah, there's loads of different cool players that are worth checking out. And there's like an Ogbonna that's like 80 rated. There's so many players. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see them in another video, and we can get a little series going. But thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new around here. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.